Hello guys, Melo Halo, Hello Milo here. So thank you so much for clicking in today's video. So today is like maybe the first time I'm recording a voiceover while my roommate is not in the room. So I'm very much comfortable today. And I took this chance to actually talk about something like that is like much more personal rather than the other stuff that I've been talking about. And because she's not in the room, she's not gonna hear about this. It's not lame or it's not that it's like a secret or whatnot. Nah, it's kinda lame. That's why I don't want her to hear me. But yeah, I just wanna talk about what's happening in my life. And yeah, I just wanna talk, and I really don't wanna talk to my friends about this. Not that I don't trust them or whatnot. I just you know. Yeah, so basically I've been studying abroad for 6 months now, and of course, as I said on my TikTok, if you really want character development, please go study abroad. You do not need to do anything else but go to a different country. Prefer go to a different continent so you can really experience every single type of difficulty ever. But like this is not the hardest thing that I've done in my life. I'm actually very grateful for being where I am, studying what I'm studying right now and doing what I'm doing. But as of now it's just um okay, right now I'm very stable. I remember the first month I was very happy that I was here, and of course there were like probably a lot of problems for I got here in August, so in September there were probably a lot of problems, but I wasn't really like actually paying attention because I was just happy with the fact that I was here and exploring a new country, meeting new people and whatnot. But it got to a point that I just got so fucking tired and there were a lot of like the things that I was not seeing before. Yeah, I started seeing in October, November, and December. That's why when I talk to other people, like other people that want to study abroad or are like studying like abroad, for example, now, and they haven't been in that new country as long as I have been here, I always tell them that don't think that you will be able to have a routine in like only 2 3 days, or like in 1 month you will be able to have the routine that you want. I'll tell people just to wait and be patient, because for me, for example, it's very hard to like be a person without a routine. I don't know if it's because I have my son in Virgo, but it's just very hard to be when I don't have a routine, and I wasn't really able to actually create and maintain a routine on those 3 months. That's why it was so fucking difficult for me, and I think what it made like the months more difficult was the fact that I was forcing myself to have this routine. When like, bro, I'm in a new country, I should first fucking relax and know how things work. So yeah, I've been here for 6 months now, and yesterday I was writing on my diary, and I was just writing about my feelings and how I feel about my situation right now. um I remember one day I posted on my stories on Instagram. I was like, why do I always find myself in these situations that don't make sense? um I keep finding myself in like situations that, for example, people that are a part of my circle, they never have to deal with these situations, but I always do. I'm always into something weird. In like my life just like takes me to a weird direction, and sometimes it can be very tiring for me. For example, right now I'm studying in a country where not many people from my country come here. A lot of people that I know, they are like studying abroad, but they are in certain countries. I'm not there. So of course harder for me to like actually get to meet new people, make friends and whatnot. There is no one here. There's like no one here. And this is not the first time. This is not the first time something like this happened. I remember when I used to be forced to go to church, I was in this random ass church while everyone was going to the same church where everyone knew everyone, and I didn't, because I lived so fucking far away and it really didn't make sense for me to go to church, like drive 45 minutes to church while there's a church near my house, like 10 minutes from my house. So I feel like, yeah, so as of now, I don't have many friends here. And because there's like not many international students in my, I think there are, I just don't put myself out there. Like, I'm blaming the university, saying that they don't have international students, but no, I feel like they have a lot of international students. I'm the one who doesn't really like, I'm not doing like much to like meet people and whatnot. So right now I really don't have a lot of friends. I only know 4 people here, and if the only 4 people that I know are busy, yeah, you already know. And yeah, I was writing on my diary, and I also decided to read the past things that I had written. And it was very funny to me to see the change from September to October, because as I said, I came here in August, like 24th August. So September, it was like a week before, I guess. So I was still very like happy and excited to be in a different country, in a different environment and whatnot. So when certain things were happening, I wasn't really like paying much attention to those problems. I was just happy that at least I'm here. And yeah, I was just living in a dreamland. So much so that if you actually read my diary, everything is so fucking positive. And my in September, wait, I'm near my diary. Let me actually give you guys a date. Oh, okay, 2024. Yeah, September 24th. So yeah, I was very happy here. And in this day, I was very happy because I had a sitting class. So in the sitting class, I wasn't actually like going to classes to learn. I was just like seeing how things work in my university, because it was still like the first 2 weeks, and they decided to use those 2 weeks to show us around and whatnot. And yeah, I ended up meeting people and making friends. And I remember that same day I also had to go do something else, like voluntary work, and I also got to meet other people. And yeah, but in October, all of a sudden I say, okay, I'm gonna read what what I wrote. I said, oh, it's amazing how life can be a bit of an illusion. So what is happening? So things that were happening before were still happening in October, but I just like started to realize that, oh my god, this is actually happening. One of the things was that, for example, I think I'm gonna make a video just about how, um, like I'll say the international office in my university, how they like caused me a very hard time. Maybe I'll just, because I can talk about that for like 2 hours, so I don't wanna I don't wanna make this video even longer. And also, I was having these same interactions over and over and over again, and I still have those type of interactions till this day. So here I'm only gonna talk about the interactions. And yeah, so basically I meet people and I clearly look different, and they can clearly see that I'm an international student. And of course they are very of course they are very like curious about where I'm from, what's the language that I speak and whatnot, like because I look different. And yeah, they want that exposure. That's the problem. Everyone wants to be exposed. So I end up having these same conversations over and over and over. At first, I was very happy that even though I was different, people still came up to me to talk to me, which I'm very grateful that I'm not suffering any type of discrimination, of course, but it's like I keep reliving my life over and over. It's like those movies where there is this character, and in that day, the day that he wakes up, he's gonna die, and he has to, and every time he dies, he wakes up again, and he needs to find a way to get out of the loop. Yeah, that's basically what's happening right now. So I keep having these conversations over and over and over, and at first I was very happy that people came to me and talked to me, because I was like, this is gonna be it's going to be very easy for me to make friends, because as I said before, not many people from my country are here. So I really have to befriend the locals. And I don't mind that. It's just that it's not about that. It's not about befriending me. It's just about, like, they are curious about what, like, I guess what I am. So they just want to have that exposure, and poof, it's over. And I'm tired. Like, I remember also writing on my diary, I was starting to realize that this is happening. This is something that it's happening. It was like, oh, I don't get why every time after an interaction, they ask for my contact information, for example, my Instagram, and then we never talk again, ever. And me personally, I'm naturally more introverted. Like, talk about naturally. No, I'm introverted. I like staying alone and whatnot, but I know that, yeah, I like being alone, not lonely. So I need to put myself out there. I need to actually have conversation with people and engage in these conversations in order to meet new people and make new friends, and not isolate myself in a country that I still don't know how things actually work. So that's why I put a lot of effort in every single interaction that I had, or I used to put a lot of effort in every single interaction that I had. And guys, you need to understand this. I'm a very shy, introverted person. So it was taking like all of me to be able to actually engage in conversations with different people asking me the same exact question, and me having to show the same exact excitement to talk to different people talking about the same fucking thing. Yeah, man. And yeah, that was fucking happening. And I remember I was talking to someone who is like my actual friend here, and she was the one who actually said that they just want exposure. That's why I'm saying that, like, the exposure. So she was the one who actually like said that term first. And yeah, the thing is that everyone wants exposure. So I end up, oh, what's your name? Ugh, I mean, that's very basic. That's that's not bad. Oh, where do you come from? The same. Like, it's so funny that I keep saying that they keep asking me the same questions, but I only named one real question. I think this is how fucking tired I am. I'm disassociating in the middle of conversations. But yeah, so yeah, that was happening. That is still happening actually. And I was also dealing with a lot of problems with the international office in my university. So I was going fucking crazy in October, November, and December. I was actually going crazy. I remember I had to ask to go to the therapist on my university, because I had to talk to someone about this, because it was like, I was like, are my feelings valid? Because I keep complaining about this, but I'm complaining about people that actually exist. Maybe I'm being too cocky, or maybe no, but as soon as the therapist validated my feelings, I was free. That's why I love going to the therapist, because I dislike feeling like I'm crazy. I like to go to any type of professional. Whenever I have a problem, I'm gonna go to a professional. I'd rather just go to the person that studied their whole life and knows how to resolve that problem, rather than just, for example, go to TikTok and or just stay at home and go fucking crazy the way that I was before I went to the therapist. But yeah, now I'm doing okay. In January, I decided to shed everything away. I decided that this first half of 2026, I would just focus my energy in creating a new routine, and I'm gonna, yeah, be more mindful about the people that are around me. For example, when, right, I feel like it's not, I feel like what was making the interaction so tiring for me, it was that I was putting a lot of effort, but I was not getting anything in return. So I was actually asking, like I was actually engaging in these conversations, but I was not making friends. So I feel like this is that's the thing that was actually making me so fucking tired. But now I'm able to accept that not every conversation, not everything needs to be like something that you take with you forever. Sometimes like things are temporary. Sometimes you are just meant to talk to that person for 5 minutes of your life, and never again. And it made my life so much easier. Now I don't expect things from people that I don't know, and I'm much more at peace with myself, and I feel like it makes it much easier to actually have conversations now because I'm not expecting anything in return. Like, yeah, it makes me yeah, yeah. And also, I also realized that I wasn't really being fair to the other people. I was putting a lot of expectations on strangers, and they didn't even know about these expectations that I had. And maybe it was just someone trying to have a casual conversation with me, and I decided to put a lot of of pressure on the person. That person didn't even know that I had the intention of befriending them or wanting to continue this conversation in some other way. And I was, in a way, blaming them and thinking of our interaction as a failure, while it was just that. It was just a simple interaction. It doesn't mean that it needs to be forever. It doesn't mean that I need to keep replaying or romanticizing or fantasize about this interaction forever. It's just something that happened and ended, and that's okay. And about the international office, I've been here for 6 months now, so I'm more independent, and I don't really need them as much as I needed them before. I feel like as of now, I just need them for like three minor things that, yeah, I really do need help from them. But other than that, I can just do things by myself. And if I can do it, I rather just not have the thing that I wanted. If if the price that I have to pay is to go talk to them. But yeah, that happens. And right now, I'm just focusing on myself, my health, my mental health, my habits, and yeah, but something that has been very good for me. It's not good because that means that I'm living in the past, but something that has calmed me down is like remembering my life before high school finished and how things were. And I always joke, like sometimes I might be having the most boring day ever, and I joke saying that if I was in like grade 12, this would have, I think the ceiling would have fallen in my head in classroom or something. The way that year was interesting, like the way 2023 was like a lot, something interesting would have happened by now. And I find myself fantasizing more and more and more, or remembering more and more about my school days, or more specifically 2023. I really, it's not that I was never doing that after high school, but not as much as now. So I feel like each day I feel like I just, or I think about the past, or I think about the future. I'm not really living my present, and I don't have any I don't think I really want to focus my attention on my present as much as I'm doing with my past and my future, because it's not like things are actually happening right now. And I'm fine with being alone. I actually enjoy not having people bothering me, but Yeah, if nothing is happening, I cannot help myself. I just start thinking about the past or the future. That's why I feel like I I'm working very hard right now for the things that I want, while also thinking about the things that I had, and also ignoring the things that I have now, I guess. And yeah, that's the video. I don't have anything else to say. I don't think I feel depressed. I don't think I am depressed right now. I've been there, done that. But it's not the same feeling. It's just, yeah, I'm not sad right now. That's it. I just. But I do know that this feeling of liking or loving to live in the past and only focus, either living in the past or in the future, and not really focusing on my present, is because I'm not really doing much right now, and the only person that I have to blame is actually myself. That's why I'm trying to incorporate more activities in my daily routine. I'm trying to do something so then I can actually feel and be my present self without having to depend on other people around me, because that's not really healthy. I should be able to be on my own. So that's what I'm actually doing now. I'm trying to build a routine. I'm trying to build a life. I'm trying to build habits and try new hobbies, try new stuff. And yeah, try as much as possible to be happy without having like so much noise around me.